Hi everyone, welcome back to the Denied by the Crossbar podcast. I'm your host Daryl. I'm here with a special guest today, Jake Stewart, big Liverpool fan. How you doing, Jake?
I'm good, mate. I'm happy. Finally got a win at the weekend. Long overdue. So hopefully this is a turned corner now for Slot and the boys, but only time will tell.
Only time will tell. Wicked. Okay, so we've had two comebacks from 2-0 down. We've had last-minute winners. And finally, Liverpool got their win. So let's get into it, Jake. Okay, Arsenal-Chelsea, game of the weekend. Good game. Chelsea got a man sent off in the first half. Took the lead. Arsenal came back. They pushed. What do you think? Did you see the game?
Yeah, I thought it was a really good game as well. My only worry was, obviously, the red card. It was a red card, 100%. I don't think anyone can argue with that. Definitely a red card. But my only issue was, because it was such a good game, when the red card came, I thought, please don't let this kill the game. I said, I honestly thought Chelsea's just going to park the bus now. It's going to be a really boring game, but it didn't. Chelsea, I think, actually motivated them a bit more because, let's be perfectly honest here, any Arsenal fans out there watching, Chelsea were the better team that game. The whole game, Chelsea were the better team. They're making more chances. They were putting the pressure on Arsenal and probably could have, should have, maybe even got the win in that game. I don't know your thoughts on it, but definitely watching it from an outsider and speaking to like my best mates and Arsenal fan and speaking to friends, Chelsea were all over them.
Yeah, I agree. Chelsea were the better team, and sometimes when you go down to 10 men, you do kind of galvanise you, and they go again. I thought it ruined the game at first, but like you said, they came strong. They got the goal in the second half, early in the second half. But Arsenal came back showing, well, they've shown a lot of strength and depth in their squad. They had their two main centre-backs out. Mosquera and Nkappi came in. I thought they played really well, defended well. So, I thought they did well to get back in the game. I've got a couple of friends that are Arsenal fans, and they thought Arsenal should have pushed a bit more. But we've got to remember, in the week they had that big game against Bayern Munich. Fatigue's got to be kicking in a little bit, you know?
I think as well, it's a mentality issue as well. I mean, knowing that your two best centre-backs, well, probably the best centre-backs in the world aren't there, you know.
Definitely the best punch in the Prem by a mile, yeah.
100%. The players around them are going to know, right, we haven't got our big boys back here. Let's just nothing silly. Let's just maybe not be as risky as it would be if they did have those two behind them. So that definitely did play a factor, I do think.
Yeah, I think so too. But then, not being funny, going to the bridge and getting a point, it's not a bad result. They're still 4 or 5 points clear at the top anyway to the second challengers, you know?
I mean, that's the thing as well. Arsenal, they have got these injuries. You know, Gyökeres was out for a bit. Saka's been out for a bit. Obviously, they're back now, but obviously the defenders are out now as well. People are thinking, and this is the best time to get at Arsenal, and they still haven't lost. Arsenal's only lost, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it is just against Liverpool, and that was a summer-side free kick.
Yeah.
Sunderland, give them a tough game, but Arsenal probably deservedly got a point out of that. And the Chelsea one, like I said earlier, Chelsea probably should have got a win, but they didn't. And, you know, that game's done now. You move on. Arsenal will be buzzing with the point, considering all the circumstances.
Yeah, I agree. In the build-up to the game, it was meant to be Caicedo versus Rice, but they played Reece James in the centre, and you got the man the match, Reece James, blinding performance.
He's class, Reece James. It's quite refreshing.
It's injuries, though, isn't it? He's a class player. It's just the injuries that's always keeping him in and about, you know?
If he can stay fit the whole year, 100% he'll be going to the World Cup and he'll be England's main man. I think the talent's always been there, but it has always been a thing of, can he stay fit? Can he stay injury-free? And at the minute, we're seeing a great player.
Yeah, he's doing well. He's doing really well. Last thing. So last year, I don't know if it was around this time, I think a bit later on in the season. Do you remember when Chelsea was second in the Premier League? They were meant to be our challengers at one point.
Yeah.
They fell off badly. I think they didn't get a win for 2 months after that. Earlier in January, I think it was. Do you think they are genuine title contenders this year with this team?
I do. I actually do. I did a YouTube video at the start of the year because a lot of people were talking mostly about Liverpool's transfer window. Obviously, we spent a fortune talking about Arsenal as well, but Chelsea kind of went under the radar. They made some sneaky little transfers and they strengthened their squad in areas they needed to. Question marks are still being shown at the defence and goalkeeper. Rightly so, by the way. But I think looking at it now, 13 games in, them questions have been answered. Apart from that dodgy Man United game with the Sanchez red card, Sanchez has been all right. Cucurella left back. This feels disgusting to say, but Cucurella is world class. He's so good, Cucurella.
Do you think so? We've had this discussion before on the pod. Do you think he's world class?
Well, world class is a bit of a stretch. Let me just rein myself back in. He's a really good player. I'd love him on my team. Hate watching him and playing against him. But if he was on your team, you'd love him. Like the shithousery, the little dirty tactics he does. He knows how to get under your skin. And I think I think he handled Saka really well. Obviously, they played Barcelona as well. Lamine Yamal, meant to be this young prodigy, didn't get a sniff the whole game, kept him really quiet. So I think Chelsea can do it. They're playing really well. And don't forget, they've still got Cole Palmer to integrate back into that squad. That, he hasn't been fit this year. He hasn't had a proper run in the team. Once they add Palmer back to that, they're only going to get better, surely.
Yeah, I agree. Question. Do you think Cucurella's top 3 in the world? We had this discussion on TikTok the other day with some other guys. What do you think?
Top 3 in the world? I'm going to say yeah. Why not, man? Cucurella, there you go.
Best in Europe?
Best in Europe.
Best in Europe, you reckon? Because, no?
Not better than Andy Robertson, is he? Come on, let's just...
You're a funny guy. Yeah,
let's remember.
Yeah, I think Chelsea have got a good chance. I think it's that central defence, that partnership. Before it was Sanchez. Sanchez has been playing quite well this season. I think that central defensive partnership, I think they keep switching and changing in and out. And they've got a bit of disciplinary problems. I think that's like the 5th red card they've had in the Premier League this year.
It's 4 red cards in 13 league games.
Not good. So there might be a bit of an issue there. Besides that, I think they'll be there and there. I don't know if they're experienced enough. And I don't personally, I said this at the beginning, I don't know if Maresca can. I don't know if he's a championship winning manager. I just don't know.
I do get that. A lot of people do say he hasn't got a plan B and he's not tactically sound to win the Prem. But as of right now, they're doing really well. I mean, they learned a lot from last year, Club World Cup champions as well. And obviously that defence, they did try and strengthen it. I mean, they missed out on Donnarumma by that much. Yeah. If Chelsea got Donnarumma, we could be talking about potential winners already. They could be higher up. You know what I'm trying to say? It's all about little margins.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
It doesn't sound nice to say, does it? But they're doing it right.
I think he gets it right in the big games. But I think with the smaller teams, I guess like last year, there was a period of 2 months where they didn't win a game for 2. I think it's like 8 in the Premier League game they didn't win. So I think, just like you said, in the World Club Cup against PSG, got it bang on. They smashed them. It's embarrassing for PSG, if I'm honest with you.
European it was.
But another game on the weekend, they got it right again. But I think sometimes the smaller games, the harder games, gritty games, it's a bit tougher, harder for them.
Yeah, you got to play differently.
But yeah, fair dues to Arsenal. They showed strength, character. They got the point. And I think, like I said, that's a good point coming out of Stamford Bridge, who were on form. They just beat Barcelona as well. So that's a good point for Arsenal.
Yep.
Okay, let's move on to Sunderland versus Bournemouth. Sunderland were 2-0 down. Listen, just so you know, Sunderland are the podcast's most famous. Sunderland are the podcast's second favorite team. They've been amazing. Regis Libri is doing an amazing job. But come back from 2-0 down, they did really well. I saw it 2-0 down and I thought, I can't see him coming back. But Stadium Alive, that crowd, the passion, that roar, that crowd, it's unreal.
It is electric. They're so nice to watch as well. There is this really negative stereotype when teams come up from the Prem that they try and play the same way and it doesn't work. It's a different league. And a lot of people, hold my hands up, myself included, had Sunderland going down. I don't think anybody, even Sunderland fans would have said, where are they, like 6th or something like that? I don't think they'd have said, we'll be up there. We'll be challenging for potentially Europe. I mean, I know we're early on in the year, but why not? Yeah, they've got a great squad. Granit Xhaka playing amazing. That keeper, Roves or Robin Roves, however you say it, Reggie Labrie, they're lovely to watch, and it's really nice to see a promoted side actually doing well, because we have seen over the past couple of years it's been say the 3 that go up, go down, or they struggle, and it's just it's a really competitive league this year compared to previous Premier League years. Yeah,
definitely. It's refreshing to see a team coming up and doing well. And they're not just doing just above the relegation. They're actually up in the high echelon doing really well. Obviously, they got a point against Arsenal the other day. They're beating Chelsea away. They've had some really good results along the way, Really impressed with them. I think the test will come in the AFCON. I think they've got 7 players that might go. That's when we'll have to see. I think 6 or 7 players might go. That's going to be the big test for him, But we sent a podcast the other day. Granit Xhaka has got to be one of the signings of the season. Captain, come back to the club. And you've got to rate him. He's left Bayern, who obviously won a championship a couple of years ago. He's come back to. He must have known they're going to be struggling. Come back as captain, taking leadership, and I think he's anchoring that shit really well. I'm so impressed with him.
Yeah, it's nice to see, man.
Yeah, definitely love that. Okay, move on. Man City 3, Leeds 2. I saw it at 2-0. What a game. I saw it at 2-0 and I thought, right, it's over. It could be 5. And I turned it back later on. I think it was 80-something minute and it was 2-2 and I could not believe it. What can you say about Leeds? They're trying. They actually gave it a good go and Man City came for a last-minute winner, Phil Foden. Crazy.
It is. It's, as I said, a promoted side. Leeds are struggling. Let's not deny that they are. Maybe a change of manager. I know some people are calling for him to be out, but then again, who can Leeds bring in that's going to steady the ship? I mean, it's always tough when you get promoted into the Premier League, the quality gap, the money gap, and it's defensively for Leeds. Like scoring goals doesn't seem to be a problem. You know, they've put 2 past City. 3-4 years ago, you don't score 2 goals against Man City, regardless who you are. And Leeds United are doing it, and I know one of them was like a tap in from a penalty save, but they still got the penalty to do that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But it's interesting with Man City because they're not the Man City of old, and of course they're not, but they keep winning. They're like a little tick. They keep ticking along. And obviously, last minute winner, great goal from Foden, by the way. Seen Arsenal drop points. If they can just stay within touching distance of Chelsea and Arsenal, it's going to shape up for a brilliant title race.
Yeah, well, Pep must be saying to them, look, guys, was it 5 points behind Arsenal? We're not near our best.
Yeah.
They're not even near their best at the moment. They've got Haaland scoring goals. I think Foden's second with 3 goals. If they can get a few more goal scorers on there, I thought Reinders would be chipping in with a few more, but he hasn't really done it all at the moment. But he must be saying to him, look, if we can stay within touching distance till the new year, we're there. We're not even playing at our best yet, and we're there and thereabouts, you know. But City look quite vulnerable. They just still, without Rodri, they still look they got a soft centre. They can be gut at, you know. Even though they bought in Reinders, they bought in Gonzalez, that quality that Rodri's got, shutting down the spaces. He's just, I don't know, counter-attacks, transition. They look so vulnerable.
Well, us as Liverpool fans, we know sometimes signings don't work out. So, we'll get onto that in a minute. Replacing Rodri, Ballon d'Or winner, one of the best midfielders in the world, it's not easy. And you do have to try and adjust your squad to that. And I think City have done okay. I mean, City aren't bad at all. I mean, I think they had a much worse year last year. I think they went on a similar run to Liverpool, lost something like, I don't even know how many, but they had a period, didn't they, City last year, where everyone was like, oh, what's going on? Yeah. But City have been here before. They do it pretty much every year. Gets to February and they just go 10 games unbeaten and they'll just win it. And Arsenal will know that, so will Chelsea. Arsenal, I think, second 3 years in a row, they'll know City are breathing down their neck. Obviously, Chelsea as well. It's going to be a great title race, and you can't write anybody off just yet. It's way too early.
It's going to be a good title race. It's just a shame that we're not in it. I'll tell you what, though,
there's still games left.
I'll tell you what. Everyone knows Arsenal are the best. City are good chasers, man. They chase you down. They've chased us down a few times and caught us. Yeah. From behind, they're good front runners. They're good front runners, but you don't want to be getting chased. I think Arsenal would prefer Liverpool chasing them than Man City. I think we've got a chance with Liverpool chasing. They might drop off. With City, those wins just start rolling. Come January, February, they just start ticking those wins over, literally.
Because we saw the other year, it was like a 3-horse race. I think it got to like, what was it, March or something? And Liverpool was, we were kind of in it, but we wasn't. And then we started just to lose and draw. Then they just pulled ahead. Yeah. But Arsenal know the threat. And I think them knowing that as well. I mean, Arsenal have dropped points to Liverpool, Sunderland, Chelsea. I think they've dropped points elsewhere as well. I can't think off the top of my head. But even though they're not defeats, the gap still isn't massive, considering Arsenal fans are already, we've won it, celebrating and whatever. The gap isn't even that big. Even between Liverpool and Arsenal, the gap's not huge. You know what I'm trying to say? So
I see you still harbour hopes there. I see it.
You've got to, man. You've got to.
We all live in hope, Jake. We all live in hope, bro.
It's the hope that kills you.
All right, Everton 1, Newcastle 4. That was a drama. And I was quite shocked at that result. Newcastle have come into a bit of form last couple of games, but obviously Everton went to Man United last week, 10 men, got the win. And David Moyes has been doing a good job, you know. But then, I don't know. Newcastle went up 2 up early. I was quite shocked. They kind of crumbled Everton. Didn't really show much. Home as well. I thought they'd be trying to be a bit better than that.
Everton were awful. Pickford had an awful game. Defensively, they was awful. Newcastle just turned them over, set pieces. It was such easy goals as well. And I think think it shocked Everton, to be fair, because, Everton crowd, obviously my in-laws are Everton fans, and, they always rave about how passionate the fans are and how thingy they are, but I don't know what went wrong, to be perfectly honest with you. David Moyes got it wrong. I just think defensively there was a mess. They all looked, they didn't know their roles. I think Pickford, I think he's only like 6'2" or something like that. He's not the tallest of goalkeepers. He's trying to come for crosses that Dan Bird's jumping for, and it's like, just surely they would have worked on that in training and knowing when to cut. But yeah, Everton were awful. Newcastle popped them off the park and deserved win.
Yeah, that's quite shocking, though, because normally David Moyes' team, they're quite well structured, well defensively organised. Generally, that's what you expect, the basics from his team, So I'm surprised that they crumble like that. But Newcastle, 2 wins last week. They beat Man City this week, Everton. So bit of a roll, but I'll tell you what, they're still, I can't think what they're on the table, but they were struggling up to 2 weeks ago. I think they were like 12th. And I saw Sunderland.
13th they are now.
The 13th now. I saw Sunderland about 6th, and I thought the Newcastle fans are looking up thinking, what is going on here, But anyhow, I saw a couple of Newcastle fans on a couple of radio shows and stuff saying they're not too happy. How long can it take? Because they were struggling. Problem is that whenever they're in the Champions League, if you realise they struggle, their squad still, they haven't filled the squad at this depth. They haven't got that depth. When they're in the Champions League, they always fall off in the league, and it's a shame that they can't get that balance right,
I mean, the whole transfer saga this year with Isaac, and then it seemed like every player they approached rejected them. I think I did a TikTok on it. You could make a starting 11 of players that rejected Newcastle in the summer, which was quite funny, to be fair. But yeah, it's that balance with European. We're seeing it with Palace a bit now as well. Palace, first year in Europe, they're doing okay, but then they come to a league game and, fatigue come into play. They won't have the right rotation and stuff like that, and players can't cope with it. Some of these players aren't used to playing, twice a week or, 4 times in 2 weeks, whatever like that. It is a lot of fixture congestion. I mean, we're seeing it with Liverpool as well. You've got to be able to rotate, and I just don't think Newcastle can rotate fully while keeping the quality that their fans expect to be up there, 5th, 6th, top 4 battling. But at the minute, they're nowhere near that. I mean, they're starting off the year quite poor as well. Some of the fans were saying Eddie Howe out. I think that's
what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I think he's safe though. I think. See, the problem is if he was, I don't know, with these owners, you never knew some of these owners. You'd think he's just won their first cup in 70 years. They would be all right, But then, mate, fan pressure.
Football's business, isn't
it?
Fickle.
Football is so fickle, But I think the problem with Newcastle is when they're in the Champions League, and like we said, the last time they were Champions League, they did well in the Champions League. They struggled in the league. The following season, they didn't even finish in the Europa League. So it's not like they've still got that second competition in the background running that. They literally go from being in the Champions League and Premier League to no Champions League, no Europe, and then this year they've come back into it again, So there's not that, they're not getting used to it. Like I said, the squad's getting literally strung out,
That's what I mean, yeah. You got to have the players that are used to it as well.
That's it, exactly. Okay, Tottenham, Fulham. Fulham are on a roll. Tottenham are struggling. I had to look this one up earlier. They've had 5 points at home. That's 1 win and 2 draws. That is appalling. And when I saw that, I was quite shocked because when it first started, I thought Thomas Frank started really well. I thought he got instructed. They looked decent,
Yeah. I mean, it was definitely an improvement from Ange from what we saw last year, regardless of the Europa League. Look at Spurs in the league. 17th, they were awful all year. So Ange only kept his job because of Europa League. If they wasn't in the Europa League, it'd have been gone. So,
yeah, I think
seeing fans booing the players as well. I think Frank come out and said, "You're not a real fan if you boo the players." But let's not forget these players. I know they're human beings. They're on 100, 200 grand a week, and we're the working class that pay money to go and see them. And if you can't even do the basics while being at home, which is running, winning your second balls, tracking your men, if you can't even do the basics, they've got every right to boo. I mean, I've got it written down here, Vicario Pratt. I mean, what the hell? What on earth was he doing for that goal, by the way?
I don't know what he was doing.
Take nothing away from the finish from Harry Wilson. Whipping on that. But put it out for a throw. I know there's a ball there, but you've got enough time to smack that into Rose Ed. I know there's a ball sat there. Jog back. He's trying to turn into Manuel Neuer. We said it with Nick Pope the other day as well. These keepers trying to play like fifth defenders. They can't do it. The ball at their feet. He panicked, ass fell out, and then the defenders didn't even know where they was. The defenders are like, oh, it's an open goal. It's in. Shocking.
Yeah. Listen, I always when fans were booing Trent last year, I agreed. You pay your money, you can boo, you can do what you like. That's your say, and you're welcome to that. And I'm open to that. What a problem. My problem with it is that booing Vicario during the match, that's just going to put him on more pressure on him and make it could make another mistake. At the end of the game, you boo the team. I understand you're not happy, but during the game to boo the player, I think it just puts more pressure on him. He's already made a mistake. There's no point in just making it worse in my eyes. Thomas Frank coming out.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
No, go on. No, you go on.
Thomas Frank calling out the fans. You just got to let them be. They pay their money.
Yeah.
Him doing that, and I really like Thomas Frank. I think he's got another level to go up, and I predicted he'll get him to the top 6, 7.
Yeah.
They're struggling at the moment, and I think him saying things like that just puts more pressure onto him.
I think he'll get given time as well. I mean, he's only been there a couple of games, and you can tell in some games Spurs do look like a decent side, but it's these silly games at home. I mean, it annoyed me so much, the Tottenham Man United game the other week, because Richarlison scored the winner. Filmed the whole TikTok, edited it all, was about to press post.
Equaliser.
United scored. and my whole TikTok was ridiculing United, going, just being a knob, basically. And then I was like, I've got to then delete that, because then that video... Do you know what I mean? It's just little things like that. Spurs being Spurs, as they say.
Yeah, that's a shame. Like I said, I want Thomas Frank to do well, and I think he will do well. People are comparing this season to last season. They have to realise that Thomas Frank's only been in the job for literally 3 months. There's no point comparing to Ange. By this time last year, where Tottenham was, they said, I think it was like one place above. Ange had been in the job for 2 years.
Yeah.
You want to compare it to last year, where they said, last year they were 12th for the 13th, whatever this year. Ange was there for 2 years. He built that squad for 2 years. Thomas Frank's had 3 months to try and do what he's doing. I think it's a bit unfair. Give him time. I think he's a good manager. You have to understand that dynamics as well. He's coming from let's be honest, not without no disrespect, a smaller club in Brentford, playing pragmatic football. He's learning as a manager as well. He's got to grow as well into a bigger team and learn. But I don't think the booing helps. I understand. I just don't think it helps the team.
The expectations from being at Brentford and Tottenham,
totally different.
The level. So, if you're a Brentford fan and you're drawing 2-2 to Man United at home, you're rubbing your hands. You're going, "Oh yeah, take that." If you're losing to do you know what I mean? If they're losing these little games, as a Brentford fan, you're like, "Oh, okay, we don't mind it." At Spurs being a much bigger club and the expectations are so much higher, you need to be winning near enough week in, week out. The Arsenal game the other week, I thought that was absolutely embarrassing. 4-1 to your rivals, North London derby. Yes, Arsenal are good. Yes, they're superior, but they didn't even put up a fight. They went 2-0 down. They were like, forget it.
They just thrown a towel in. I thought the same thing.
Yeah. But it seemed like that from minute one as well. It felt like they went there and went, right, we're parking the bus. This is what we're doing. We're giving away nothing. But then the first goal went in and they were like, well, what do we do now? Because we're 1-0 down. We can't keep playing like this. They opened up and then Arsenal just went pop, pop, pop. Eze had an absolute field day. Richarlison scored a good goal, but fluke, wasn't it, really?
You see, my problem with a lot of these teams are, Jake, right? I've heard it from the West Ham fans. I've heard it from the Tottenham fans. It's like these teams, let's be honest, these teams are struggling.
Yeah.
These teams are struggling, but they want to play a certain type of football. Now, my problem with that is that do you want to play winning football or do you want to play stylish football and lose? So, for instance, Ange was all-out attack, defenders on the halfway line. Where did that get them? 16th last year. That's where they finished, okay?
Yeah.
It wasn't good enough. They got rid of him. They've got a new manager in. He's a bit more pragmatic. He comes from a smaller club. It's going to take time to get where he's going, you know? For instance, I think it was the Arsenal. I think the game before that, the Arsenal game, they lost. And they said, he's too defensive. He went to PSG. He opened up, went attacking. They lost 5-2.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? So where's the balance? It's going to be he's trying to appease the fans by playing attacking football, and then now they're doing him for it. They got spanked. Same with you know what I mean? It's a hard line. I just think they need to give him time, and I think he'll come in. I think he'll finish well. I think it just takes time. And I think they've got players out, their best players. Kulusevski, their main creator. Maddison, their next main creator. Those guys are out. Solanke, their best striker. Let's be honest, Richarlison is not good. bang average. They might get one screamer every 3, 4, 5 games, but offers nothing during the game. If you look at him, falls on the floor. Even nowadays, I saw it the other day. His own teammates are like, "Mate, come on, get up. Let's just crack on." He just falls on the floor. He doesn't offer. So some of their big players are out. So I think they've got enough. I think they need to stick with Thomas Frank, back him, and I think he'll bring him through. Just stop the booing.
Just got to give him time. Give him time to get his players in as well. I mean, he's only had one transfer window. I mean, let's see if they do anything in January next summer. It's a World Cup year. We've said it as well. If 2 or 3 players have a good World Cup, they're getting snapped up like that, regardless. So just give him time. Let him get his style across to the players, and it's one of them. Well, Liverpool expected it last year when Arne Slot came in. We expected last year to be like this year. But
I said the same thing. The minute I saw us doing well last year, I knew this year was going to be the transition year.
Yeah.
The minute you thought, it's not really turned that much, this year would be, and we knew it was going to be that. So some people saying we're going to do this, I thought this would have been a transitional year. After last year was so good, there was going to come a point where Slot's going to try and get his ideas across, and it's going to take time to transition into that. And that's what's going to do them. Think about it. They finished 16th last year. You spent 150 million. What were they Tottenham fans expecting? Let's be honest. Are you expecting to jump up to top 5 after spending 150 million? The expectation, let's be honest, you're not going to drop from 16th, 15 places. Sorry, not 15, so like 12 places to be in the top 5. You're not.
The gap's too big nowadays. I mean, I'm just looking now. They're not better than Arsenal, not better than City, Chelsea, Villa, not better than Brighton, not better than United. On paper, probably better than Sunderland, not better than United, not better than Liverpool. Probably on par with Palace, and Palace are 9th. So where do Spurs really fit in at the minute? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the thing with football fans. You've got to be realist. Obviously, everyone wants their club to be winning leagues, getting Champions League, doing well in cup competition, but you've got to be realistic and actually look at the competition. Yeah, look at the competition around you.
Yeah, it's a level of progression. You're not going to go from finishing 16th, spending 150 million, and you're going to be in the top 5. That's just not.
No.
Realistically, it's not going to happen, Let's give a quick shout out to Aston Villa. Aston Villa, the form team in the Premier League. I think, what's that, 4 or 5 wins in the trot now?
Something like that, yeah.
And they're in the top 5. And the first game of the season, they didn't win in their first 5 games. You know that?
Yeah, the pressure was on by Emery. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have to say, though, I thought Wolves were unlucky. I really do. I thought Wolves played well.
I'll be honest, I didn't see it.
I've only seen the highlights, but I think Wolves had a goal disallowed as well. Right. I think they were getting service to Strand Larson. I think Wolves fans will be happy with a loss, but it's progression from what they started off.
Yeah,
because it can't get any worse than what it's going at the minute for Wolves. They've got to take little positives, and I think that'll be a massive positive. Only losing 1-0 to Villa on Emery. Martinez making some brilliant saves as well. I think Wolves will be not happy with a loss, but 1-0 to Villa, playing really well as well. There's a lot of positive to take. And I think Villa looked nervy as well. I mean, Derby against Wolves, Midlands thing, there was a lot of stake on that game. And, Villa got the win, but Wolves give them a good game, I tell you.
Can Villa win the Premier League?
No.
Where do you think their ceiling is this season?
I think 5th. If I'm being honest, I think Liverpool will start to kick on a bit now. Villa have got the quality there, but as you just said, I mean, it's that consistency. I mean, who are we talking about consistency? But I just think in the long run, they're not going to be better than Arsenal, City, Chelsea, or hopefully Liverpool. I mean, 4th, 5th, 6th for Villa.
Yeah, I think if they can finish in the Champions League spaces, top 5, and they can win the Europa League, which that's Unai Emery's favourite competition. That's his speciality. Win that, that'd be a great season for them. Get a trophy for them. He hasn't got a trophy yet. Get a trophy under their belts, and that's progression again,
I mean, they was unlucky last year. I mean, didn't they get knocked out against PSG? He went on to win it or something like that. Yeah. And they went on to win it. So if they get an easier draw and don't get... Obviously, it's so easy to say now, but if they avoid PSG, they get in semis or they get in final. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I do think Unai Emery's doing a really good job out there, though.
Yeah.
One thing about it seems always well structured. When I watch his team, I admire one thing the most. They all know their roles. You know, like he drills it into them. This is what you got. This is where you should be. They're always structured in a certain way, and I really like that.
He got that Arsenal squad to a European final. They got absolutely popped off the park in that final, though, but he still got them there. And if you look at that Arsenal squad,
all right, quick question: what did you think about the Rob Edwards appointment for Wolves? Did you think that was a bit of a strange one?
Honestly, yes, because he was doing so well at Middlesbrough.
I thought, why would you leave?
But apparently, he's got connections to Wolves, and
he's coached there before. I think he might have even played there years and years ago.
The sort of like Midlands area. So, I think from a personal point, I've got no feeling for Middlesbrough. You know, Wolves is my club, is my passion. He's probably going to go to Wolves, and it's a bit mad because Middlesbrough are probably going to come up and Wolves are going down. So it's like
I was just about to ask you, which is more likely, them going down or flipping Middlesbrough coming up? You know, I
think Wolves are pretty much down already. I mean, we're 13 games in, but they haven't got a win yet, and it's like, if you actually look at the fixtures, where are them wins coming from? I mean, they've got Forest at home tomorrow. I mean, they may get a result against Forest. I mean, they've got Man United, Arsenal, Brentford, Liverpool. It's hard to see where them results are actually coming from. And then they've got another tough run of Everton, Newcastle, City, Bournemouth and Chelsea. I think the writing's pretty much on the wall for Wolves already.
Yeah, I hear you. Right. West Ham 0, Liverpool 2. I was at the game. It was a very strange one because just before we got in there, we were doing a bit of content outside, and then someone told us that Billy Bonds, their legend, great manager, one day captain, he had died on that morning or whatever. So it was. I thought, if I'm honest, that it was really going to push the team on, and they're going to get in there and they're going to be like, right, let's get at Liverpool. You know, we got in there for the first 10, 15 minutes. They gave it a good go. And then the atmosphere kind of subdued a little bit, you know, and then we started playing a bit better. But we got a 2-0 win. Isak got his first goal, and I was just over the moon. I would have taken an own goal win. I would have taken it, you know.
Finally.
God.
We needed it. Slot needed it. Does it change things? I mean, looking at the overall performance, if I'm being perfectly honest, but people call me negative all the time, I don't think it was that good of a performance. I didn't watch that and go, wow, we are back. The Real Madrid performance was a lot better than the Real Madrid one. But I think, you know, playing West Ham, again, struggling, potentially on the verge of relegation, they offered no real threat. I mean, I think Bowen had a chance when it was 1-0 to make it 1-1 that nearly went in, and I was like, oh my fucking God. But I think in the grand scheme of things, I think it was, we didn't really get out of third gear. We kind of just popped the ball around and we got a comfortable win, really. But it was nothing to get too excited about, I don't think.
No, nothing spectacular. It was, I'll tell you what, when the first goal went in though, then all of a sudden we started popping it about and we looked half decent. Yeah. You're like, oh, this is normal for us.
There we go.
Confidence just literally in 2 minutes. It's just like everyone looked at each other. It's like, oh, you saw the passes. They all started pinging it about and looked really good. But like you said, nothing to get too happy about. We've got Sunderland tomorrow. Tough game, home or away. They're beating Chelsea. They've got points of Arsenal. It wouldn't surprise me if they came and got a draw, or it wouldn't surprise me at all. So we've got to build on this. We've got to try and build on this. Like I said, the gap, I'm not thinking about the top. I'm thinking the top 4 right now. The gap is not that big. If you see 2 or 3 wins can propel you right up in there. We've got a decent run of games coming up. I think we've got Sunderland, then we've got Leeds
Saturday, Inter, then Brighton.
So we've got a decent run of fixtures. We should be able to pick up some points, you know. I'm hoping they get some confidence. What I did like, I'll be honest, the last 2 weeks, I've started thinking slot, going on the other side. About a month ago, my mate asked me, I said, no, job safe. 2-3 weeks ago, I literally started thinking, I can see it turning. My problem with it was, Jake, is every game we saw the same problem, but he wasn't changing it. And that was it. We know Joe Gomez can cover any position at the right, left, centre back. But we got struggling left back, struggling right back, struggling centre back, and he's not playing Gomez. He's playing our best midfielder at right back. So he's taking out our best press, energetic player to put him at right back. But this was the first game, put Szoboszlai in his right position, played Gomez at right back, and all of a sudden we look more structured.
I think
Szoboszlai there, in centre as well.
I think Sunday's game was a big eye opener to what life's going to be like when Salah does eventually leave the club. I mean, Verts off the left, Gakpo off the right. I think it was the other way around. They sort of interchanged throughout the game. That complemented the fullbacks a lot better because, let's be perfectly honest, if Salah's not scoring or assisting, he's just there. He's not tracking back. He's not making tackles. He's just floating in that area on his own, not really doing a lot. Obviously, with Verts and Gakpo, they're dogs, they're animals. They're going to run. They're going to get the yards in. They're going to do the dirty work that Salah goes, nah, I'm all right. Just give me the ball and I'll score. But Salah hasn't been scoring.
When you're not scoring, and that highlights that even more. You know?
That's the issue. It was different last year because a bit like Klopp, Salah did kind of get the license to go, well, okay, you hang up there. If you're not helping us, you better put the ball in the net. And near enough, every time we give him the ball, he would put it in the net. Yeah. Whereas this year we've gone, okay, do the same, and he's not delivering the numbers. That's why it's like, well, hang on a minute. If you're not scoring, you need to get your ass back. Is he going to play Wednesday? I don't know. I wouldn't want to be in slot shoes right now because I was very, very surprised he didn't even bring Salah on for 5-10 minutes, to be perfectly honest. As I said earlier, Jared Bowen nearly scored. That then goes to 1-1. Then you're in trouble, basically. I thought he would have brought Salah on 5-10 minutes, give him a run, keep him happy, kept him on the bench the whole game.
Yeah, I was quite shocked. I made a TikTok video after the Man City one, I think, and the Forest one. I made a video saying he's got to have the balls to drop Salah. Has he got the balls to drop Salah? He did this in the Champions League against Frankfurt. Dropped him. We won 5-1, and then he brought him back the next game. So has he got the balls to keep him on there twice? Listen, no one's slating Salah. Salah's a king for us. He's done amazing. No. He's been an absolute legend for us. No one's trying to slate him, but comes a time when they start slowing down, you got to pick and choose the games. And right now, we're not in form. If you're not in form, you need 11 players, 10 outfield players giving it all. And he hasn't got the legs to do that, to press, to chase, to harry. He hasn't got the legs for that at the moment. So it's not saying we have to drop him and keep him out, but right now the team needs those workers, everyone chipping in, and he's just not doing that,
I think it needs to become a normality that Salah isn't going to be the first name on the team sheet every week. Maybe in these games when we do go away to Leeds and Brighton and stuff, maybe we do go out. You just you just sit this out and let him play in the bigger games when he's a big game player. How many goals he scored against City, Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United? How many goals he scored against them? He always turns up, always scores. Maybe not so much this year, but this year's an off year for Liverpool. Alisson been injured, Van Dijk hasn't been his best, Konate been awful. Kirk has awful. Frimpong injured. Our best player, our only good player, really been Dominic Szoboszlai this year. I mean, I think it's hard to disagree with that when the whole squad hasn't been performing. So we're not pinning it on Salah. We're not going, Salah, it's you. Because when you do look at what's happening around the squad, it's not just Salah's fault. I mean, yes, we won 2-0, but as I just said, look at the bigger picture with Alisson, Van Dijk, Konate, like all the players are having off years. Is it the impact from the tragedy from Diogo Jota? Possibly.
I think it's got a lot to do with it. But I don't want to keep blaming that. But if you're honest, you have to say that's going to have a massive impact on this squad this year. I don't care what anyone 100%. Says.
100%. Definitely, And you can blame things like, we shouldn't have sold Diaz, shouldn't have sold Nunes. Okay, let's just rewind a bit. The Darwin Nunes thing, everybody was saying, get him out. He's not good enough. Everybody was saying that. It's easy to say now that we're not winning. We should have kept Nunes. Yeah, well, where's Nunes? Diaz wanted to go. We offered Diaz more money. Not the money he wanted. We offered him more money. He said, no, I want to go. So we let him go. We can't have someone at the club, cough, Konate, that doesn't want to be there. And it's quite funny now because Real Madrid have turned around and said, we don't want you. Oh, yeah, we don't want you now. And now Konate is going, oh, shit, what am I going to do now? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I've been calling for a while. I've done TikToks on it, doing my starting 11. I've been saying for a while, we need to stop playing Konate as well. It's
stop playing him. Why do we keep on every game? It's a mistake. Every single game, there's a mistake. I was there on Saturday. Every time the ball went up towards him, I was worrying because it's come to a point where all the strikers do now. They see it's him, they just back in, and he immediately fouls them. And you're like, mate, it happens like 3 times a game. I watched it and I'm thinking, just back off from a yard. He's not going to turn you because he's near the halfway line. Just
what did City do? What did Haaland do? Every goal kick, everything. Konate. One go near Van Dijk. One go near Van Dijk. Yeah,
it's so annoying. I think. Listen, I hope Bradley or Frimpong come back soon so we can play Gomez alongside Van Dijk and drop Konate. He needs to be dropped. We need to drop him. That's all I'm saying,
I've been saying as well, why not start Calvin Ramsey? Yes, he's young, but let's get him in the team. We need a natural right back there. It worked out okay with Gomez playing right back, but Konate was still there. I think my ideal back four, let's say for tomorrow, example, so Bradley and Frimpong still aren't playing, it would have to be Robertson left back, Kirkes, very, very good Simicast replacement, not a good Robertson replacement. I think Robertson's still got a year left in him. I think Kirkes is only 21 as well, let's not forget. So
he's young.
He's young. He's been at Bournemouth, as you said earlier about the Tottenham thing, Tottenham, Brentford, Bournemouth, Liverpool. He can afford to have a couple of stinkers at Bournemouth. If you're having them stinkers at Liverpool, it's getting highlighted.
You get called out on that.
The PSV game, wrong side of his man. They make it 2-0. He's just not ready yet. So, but back to the back four thing, I'd go Robertson, Van Dijk, Gomez, Calvin Ramsey. But then it was interesting because before that game, Slot came out and said, Gomez is carrying a little knock. And I was like, well, he's not playing, so how's he got a knock in training? Come on. I was like, come on.
Okay, so listen, like I said, a few weeks ago, I was on the Arne Slot side. I think we just give him a chance. If Arne Slot was to go, who would be your pick to replace him? Realistically, or realistic,
Gareth South. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
I'm about to get removed from the studio right there.
No. There's two for me.
Okay.
Number one, Xabi Alonso, Real Madrid. I've heard he's getting itchy feet. He's not happy there. And Iriola from Bournemouth. Like the style he plays. The only issue with that is, going from a club, Bournemouth to Liverpool, handling the pressure, handling the personalities, would he be able to do it? It's a very fickle industry. At the minute, I'm still slot in. I've never 100% been slot out. After the PSV game, I was really angry, and I did a video and I was going mad, but I still said, I'm 1 foot out, because the thing with football at the minute, it's very much like if the teams perform, get rid of the manager. Okay, you get rid of Slot. Konate's still not playing well. Alisson was still injured. Van Dijk's not. Do you know what I mean? Just bring in a new manager. In some cases, yes, a fresh face comes in. You all turn a bit and you start playing well again. But if we'd have sacked Slot, who's managing now? People saying give it Gerrard. We've seen Gerrard manage. He couldn't do it in the Prem. He nearly got Villa relegated. He did it at Rangers. Fair play, but Scottish League, Premier League, worlds apart. So it's okay saying sack Slot, and bring in who, but you got to be realistic here. People saying Zidane. Okay, for one, Zidane doesn't speak English. That's going to go down well, isn't it? And two, he's got no real links to Liverpool, so he's got no desire there. I could see Zidane going to a Juventus or maybe the France job or whatever, but he's never played in the Prem. He's got no desire to manage Liverpool ever. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. What would you say? Ideal replacement.
If it was before Slot, I would have said Xabi Alonso because he turned us down and it's gone a bit sour at Madrid.
Yeah. You don't want to come back for this, because you've already rejected us. You don't want to you said no. Yeah, I feel you.
In a couple of years' time, maybe 2-3 years' time, maybe, but not now at this point.
Yeah,
probably a bit of an unpopular one. I'd probably go for Antonio Conte. Reason why, in my eyes, I think our squad's built for a 3 at the back and the wing backs to get the best out of the squad. I think if you have Kirkes, less defensive responsibility, Frimpong on the other side, and we get another centre back. Let's get a Gay in alongside another one, alongside Van Dijk, because Van Dijk's losing his legs. We can see that. Put the support alongside him. Put a Gay on one side and someone like better than a Gomez, but I don't know, a Luke Cable or someone alongside him. 2 good young centre backs that's got pace around him. Bastoni. You give Van Dijk another 2 years, I reckon, with some pace around him. So he's got that protection. I find right now you can see he's slowing down. Sometimes the trailer fault, you can see he wants to get there, but he's a little bit late sometimes. I think he needs that support. Conte, I think he's won a title at Napoli last year. I think he wants another crack at the Premier League. He's won the Premier League with Chelsea. He was at Tottenham. He fought his unfairly treat. I think he'd love another crack at the Premier League. A big team. He's a winner.
I mean, that Tottenham role. That Tottenham role didn't go well for anyone. I mean, look at Mourinho. Mourinho was crap there. It doesn't.
I think Conte. I think we do. I think with this squad, I actually think he could turn us into winners. I think by changing the formation, defense. Remember, is at the moment we're a shambles defensively. I don't know what's happened. Everyone looks lost. It's like Johnny Heitinga was the coach. Do you feel like that? Since Heitinga's gone, it's like there's no coaching. There's no structure. They're not even the line's not right. I've done a couple of videos on this, and I've been saying, I don't know if you'll agree, we're missing a Fabinho. I've been saying this for the last 2 years. Someone we used to have. Grafenberch isn't that guy. He's not that guy. He did well covering that position. That's it. But he's just covering it, you know?
We need a dog, a real animal, someone like a Kante that's just going to, I'm sitting here and I'm not moving. Van Dijk, I got you. Konate, I've got you. And just solidify that, because Grafenberch, he's got the legs. He's so much more explosive. He wants to get forward. Klopp tried it, and you're isolating his main assets, which is his legs. Let him run, let him go. He's a good dribbler. He's got a good shot as well. McAllister, not physical enough, way too small. Bit more of a techie player. We've seen Endo come in, not good enough. You're not going to win the league, Champions League with Endo starting in your midfield. You're just not. Endo, class to bring on for 5 minutes, just in the middle of Van Dijk, Konate, see games out, but not starting for me. No.
See, the problem is with Arne Slot, I knew this was going to happen. I thought we tried to get Zubimendi a DM. We didn't get him. We used Gravenberch. And to me, we should have looked in the summer and thought, right, Gravenberch did a good job there, but now we need to go and get an orthodox 6. And get an orthodox 6 that's going to sit. Problem is, Arne Slot, he wants to play. He wants a ball passing DM. Like you play and you move and you set play up. That's why he was. I don't think our squad can. We haven't got enough defensive solidity behind for him to do that. If we had 2 young centre backs,
it'd be different.
That's fine, but we haven't. We've got an aging centre back who's class, and we've got one who just doesn't want to play. His head's gone.
He's already got his bags packed. He's gone.
Wherever he goes, good luck to him. I hope they withdraw the contract. He was good for us at times, but just don't. Because if he gets a new contract and he starts playing well, it's going to piss me off. Because you'll be looking around thinking, well, what's happened for the last 6 months then, mate? What's going on,
I think I saw someone say this on TikTok as well. They said, obviously this could be absolutely waffle, but in the back of Konate's head, he's got 6 months left on his contract. Real Madrid are knocking, but if he goes into a big tackle now, gets an ACL injury, gets a big injury,
that move falls through.
We're not doing your rehab. Yeah, he's then a free agent. What club's going to take you with an ACL injury? I mean, it's a shame what happened to.
It's a good point, though.
It's a shame what happened to Leone. I mean, he looked really good. 18 years old. He's going to come back stronger, though. Would have been nice to see him next to Van Dijk for just a couple of like Carabao Cup games or FA Cup games, just to get his experience and get him into the squad. But obviously, that's not going to happen now. I just do think we need. I mean, the closest kind of player we've got to like a defensive ball player is Curtis Jones, and again, similar to McAllister, he's not physical enough. He can't do that work. Someone like a Tchouaméni. Someone like a Tchouaméni, I think.
We break the bank and go and get someone like that. We need someone like him, a defensive shield. I know, but Slot looks at it like we're losing a position. You know what he's thinking. If I drop him in defense as a DM, we lose that. But that's what we got McAllister for. That's when you can just say, "Go on, McAllister, go and play." So, boss, go and play. I've got you. You express yourself. I don't think that's going to happen on the Slot. That's one thing I thought that was a bit negligent from the summer. We spent 400 million and we didn't, in my eyes, get a DM that the squad was crying out for. Even if he was going to keep Gravenberch in that position, we know he doesn't fancy Endo. Why not buy a backup for Gravenberch, a Stiller or someone like that? Why not go and get a younger, but someone that can do the DM role? Beside Endo, we've got no one there.
Because we've seen Gravenberch get so burnt out. Last year, come March, he was awful.
Dead.
He was awful.
Mate, he was terrible last year after March. He was so bad.
And it's gonna happen again. He's getting no rotation, and when he does, he's still playing but coming off for the last 20 minutes, whatever. We need It annoyed me so much that we chased this Isaac signing. To be perfectly honest, I know it,
left it there and go and sort other things out. If I'm honest,
and I think it's easy to say that now. Isaac isn't the player we thought he was, but as you just said, let's look at this. We've signed Ekatike, brilliant. I wasn't a fan of it at the time. He's come in, changed my mind. Love Ekatike. You've got Ekatike. Gakpo can play up top. Chiesa can play up top. Wirtz can play false 9 if you need to change it a bit. Salah can even have a go up top.
Salah up front, even. Yeah.
There's 4 options already. So, but Isaac and Ekatike can play off. Liverpool don't play with 2 strikers. We never have and never will. I mean, our most successful period under Klopp, we had Firmino as a centre forward, and Salah and Mane were the goal scorers. They're the wingers. We've never ever played. I've seen people say, 4-4-2. Like, come on, we don't play like that, man.
Yeah, it's not going to work. We've got Sunderland tomorrow. Tough game. Let's hope we can just keep the run going, and then we've got Leeds on Saturday. Try and pick up some points, eh?
Saturday night game.
Yeah, should be good. So, Jake, top man, thank you so much for joining us today.
No problem, mate.
Guys, go and follow Jake. There's some really good TikTok content. It's Jake Stewart12. Check him out. Go and follow him. Good lad. Jake, thank you so much, my bro. Guys,
nice one, lad.
Please like, share the podcast, and we'll catch you next week. Thanks a lot for tuning in.